Find a song for an intro monologue on my YouTube channel so all 11,000 subscribers will like the video and the other 40% who haven't subscribed yet will finally do so now. Hey team, what's up? This is Eddie Gray and this video is sponsored by Tempolor. What is Tempolor? I've been hearing about it all over the internet. It's basically a site where you can use AI generated music. It has over 200,000 existing songs, but I think the real allure is the fact that it can generate music in seconds. For example, I just worked with a client myself and we worked on a song. It took us 25 hours from beginning to end. It also costed a significant amount of money to produce it. So if you're looking to save time, energy, money, resources, this might be a good product for you. Originally known for its instrumentals, Tempolor now has this new human vocal feature, and they just added the ability to extend tracks for up to 4 to 5 minutes. So stay until the end of the video to watch this incredible feature. So this is the point where I usually play my theme music, but rather than do that, let's go ahead and use Tempolor's search with video feature. I fed my logo intro video to its database, and here's what it came up with. If I take a random picture from the internet, it can also generate music based on that image. Check it out. Resona is another way to do this. It's a premium service, the difference being that it creates music based on your video content. Again, I ran my intro video through it, and here's what it came up with. Very interesting. So that's a really interesting chord progression. You've got an E minor with a B in the bass. And then it moves to a B major. It sounds like this. So this is how I think AI can make you a better music producer. I found a song using the search engine inside of Tempolor, and I thought it had the most interesting chord progression. And you may be asking, well, why don't you just study other chord progressions? I already have, and so I think this is a unique way of essentially raking and scanning all the information that's ever existed as far as that specific learning model goes and condense that time frame so I can learn as much as I can. So here's the song that I found. And this chord progression is very interesting in that in the key of F major, you would have to resolve the 4 chord on a B flat major like this. But what this chord progression does is it resolves on a B major, just giving it a lot of tension. Sounds like this. This is a unique way of thinking of music, and I think it's a great tool that can really supplement your workflow. So the next thing I'm going to do is run a couple of more tracks that I found using various prompts. Here's one of them here, Whisper of the Ancients. And I particularly like it for its percussion. Let's check this out. Alright, good. So using RipX, I'm going to go ahead and export all of these various stems. So using the new chord track inside of Logic Pro, I'm basically just going to recreate this chord progression, which is F, C, D minor, and that odd chord, B major. So I'd like to take the original sample that we used earlier, and I'd like Logic to figure out the tempo for me. So I'm going to go ahead and switch to adapt tempo. Now let's drag that in. Now please bear in mind, I don't currently know the BPM, the key, or anything like that. So we're going to use technology to help us with these technical issues, if you will. At the very least, I just want to make sure that this is actually in time. So let's go ahead and corroborate that. I'm going to cycle a 4-bar sequence and let's see what it sounds like. Okay, so that sounds pretty good. So I'd like these chords to reflect this new chord progression. And so in order to do that, I'm gonna run this through Melodyne. All right, and since I have a tempo that I like, I'm gonna go back to keep here. Let's go ahead and just transfer this data. So at the moment, this is only one chord, but we're gonna go ahead and edit it so that it reflects the chord progression that we're looking for. So the first chord is F, and so that's gonna be F, A, and C. Let's see what that sounds like. Okay, the next chord's going to be C major, C, E, and G. Gotta separate this note right here. And this next one is D, F, and A. So Melodyne is pretty incredible in that you can just stretch out all this content. It's pretty remarkable. So here we have F, C, and D minor. Okay, and then this last one is going to be B. So let's find the root third and fifth here. We've got B, E flat, and G flat. So that actually sounds really beautiful. Here, check it out. I'm going to play the guitar and the progression at the same time. So you can start seeing the beginning of really remarkable music, something different, something new, something fresh, and that's what you want. Okay, and now I'm going to ask Logic to change its configuration. I'm going to say, hey, when I import a file, I want you to basically keep the tempo the same. Tempo being about 99 beats per minute. So we're going to go to the stems of this other track. Again, I like the percussion, sounds like this. All right, and so when I drag this in, it doesn't matter where it started as far as its original BPM. Logic is going to analyze everything, line everything up for me. You gotta love AI, it's a beautiful thing. And let's see what this sounds like. Okay, so I'm really liking the way this is sounding. In order to capture this performance, I can either export this MIDI if I want to, but I think the clever way to do it is just to bounce this to audio. All right, let's cut this up in such a way where it's nice and tight. And now let me go ahead and just repeat that. Let's check this out. Beautiful. And so now you remember that I set all the chords in advance. So one of the beautiful things about this new version of Logic Pro is that it does implement AI. And so I can just say, hey, drop in a simple pad player here. The session region is going to follow the chords, and check it out. So I hope you're seeing the value in this. I don't know if I personally would have thought of this. And so this is truly a collaboration between man and machine. And I think if you look at it that way, it's going to empower you, your clients, the people that you work with, and hopefully, ultimately, the world. Now to finish things off, I'm going to highlight the human vocal feature. So I'm going to go into this Create tab here. And here's my song description. I want a song that will improve my click-through rate and encourage my followers to subscribe and hit the notification bell so they never miss another one of my videos in this world and the world beyond. Praise God. So you can use a default voice and you can pick whichever vocal model. I particularly like Hazel for chill music. Lennox is really good for funk, soul. Sienna good for hip hop, R&B, and Micah is solid for R&B as well. So there is a brand new feature where you can go into custom mode and you can make your song a little bit longer if you use this beta version here. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and choose the style of music. So let's go ahead and choose funk. All right, I'll choose Linux and let's see what it comes up with.